Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Moore.
And I'm Cortensia Carty, and welcome to our Friday morning show. Jamie, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm good, thanks. For those of you watching in St. Martin and Trinidad and the diaspora, we welcome you to this morning show. It is our 305th episode. Thank you for joining. We begin now with local news. This from Win Media, SKN. The Ministry of Education, Information Technology, Library Services, Youth and Sports is pleased to announce that the 2023 Inter-Primary School Championship, also referred to as the Nevis Mini Olympics, will be held on Wednesday, the 5th April 2023 at the Nevis Athletic Stadium beginning at 12 p.m. This year, the meet is officially being sponsored by the Gulf Insurance Limited and the Bank of Nevis International Limited, Bonnie. We are grateful to our co-title sponsors for their very generous investment in the development of athletics on Nevis. The meet will be held under the patronage of Ms. Romancia Mills and Mr. Bernard Williams, who are past athletes of the St. James Primary School, and will see participation from the 9 primary schools on Nevis. Additionally, we will see the inclusion of the weight throw, cricket ball throw, which will involve students of grade 1 to 6. This is the first time that we will see a field event being added to the Nevis Primary School Championships. There's even a half holiday for this as well. So this is big.
Right, and in other news from SKN and Vibes, as TDC Home and Building Depots continue to celebrate farmers, the Nevis branch is participating in the 2023 Nevis Agri Expo that took place on Thursday, March 30th, and continues today, Friday, the 31st of March, at the Alcomido T. Willett Park. According to Mr. Colin Freeman, manager of the TDC Home and Building Depot on Nevis, quote, "We are proud to once again support the efforts of the Department of Agriculture and our farmers for their contributions as they seek to encourage greater food production, safety, and security," end quote. He also added, quote, "We brought our store as well as our online shopping experience via www.shoptdcgroup.com with special pricing to this event to give customers who shop at the TDC booth additional savings on agricultural products," end quote. During the exciting and much anticipated 2-day event, the retail outlet will also showcase equipment, machinery, and offer on-site technical advice as part of its annual outreach campaign.
Yes, from SKNIS, the new Ministry of Economic Development and Investment will play a critical role in St. Kitts and Nevis' economy, bring relief and create more opportunities for citizens and residents, said Senior Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas. Senior Minister Dr. Douglas said at the Prime Minister's press conference at NEMA, and quote, "The ministry is one which will bring the necessary support to these activities coming to fore and thus bring in real relief and opportunities for our people. For example, we speak of housing for our people. If we do not bring in the investors or use the existing investors in our country, then that particular mandate is not fulfilled. So we have to make sure, therefore, that we can encourage people to invest in these various sectors in our country," end quote. The Minister of Economic Development and Investment said that creating these opportunities requires reaching out to the local, regional, and international markets. He said, and quote, "We have to go far and wide, and also within the region and even within the domestic country to ensure that there are investors who are given the necessary support in terms of incentives in order to support the government's overall strategy for the development of our country," end quote.
Time now for a check of our local weather. It will be mostly sunny with a high of 80 and a low of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a look at your forecast as we head to a break. More JMSKN in a moment.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Time now for regional news. This from Loop Caribbean News. Royal Caribbean International is seeking local Caribbean artists to create art installation on their new ship, Icon of the Seas. The Royal Caribbean Artist Discovery Program spotlights up-and-coming local artists showcasing their creativity, talent, and culture to the millions of guests that sail with the cruise line each year. 3 artists will be selected to come aboard and create a large-scale mural in one of 3 marquee locations on board the Icon of the Seas before the ship sets sail in the Caribbean in January 2024. The program is open to any artist or artist teams living in any of Royal Caribbean's Caribbean cruise destinations. Royal Caribbean is offering artists 3 main locations on board the ship to showcase their work: the embarkation area, the Royal Promenade, and the Suite Sun Deck, a private VIP area suite for suite guests only, boasts a bar, dining area, and pool. Artists will be paid a commission for their work. Deadline is April 4th for submissions.
That's good. The Caribbean has been included. On the international scene, our news comes from CNN. King Charles III on Thursday became the first British monarch to address the Bundestag, that's the German parliament, paying tribute to the deep historical bonds and long-standing ties between the 2 nations. The British sovereign is in Germany on the inaugural state visit of his reign with the Queen Consort until Friday. Alternating between German and English, Charles said it was, and quote, a great honor to address the Bundestag on Thursday, adding he was proud to be in Berlin to renew the special bond of friendship between the 2 countries. He said the friendship between the 2 nations meant so much to my beloved mother, who spoke often of her visits to the country. Charles discussed the war in Ukraine and praised the country's support of Kyiv. He told the crowded chamber, and quote, countless lives have been destroyed, freedom and human dignity have been trampled in the most brutal way. The security of Europe has been threatened, together with our democratic values. Even as we abhor the appalling scenes of destruction, we can take heart from our unity in defense of Ukraine, of peace and freedom. End quote. Well, folks, so there you have it for regional and international news. Up next, we have the winner of the Science Award at our recently held Women's International Day Award, Ms. Trella Freites. Stay tuned.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and support from Paris, Vermont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
The St. Kitts Department of Gender Affairs awarded 4 women on International Women's Day celebrated on the 8th of March. Joining us is the winner of the Women in Science Award, Trevor Rates. Welcome to Good Morning SKN, Trevor.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's great to have you here as we talk about your award. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
And you're very welcome. And secondly, how did it feel to be awarded?
Honestly, I'm still in shock sometimes that I received that award. But I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, I feel very proud to just, to have received that award because it says that, you've definitely made a contribution, not just to yourself, but to others around you. And sometimes you're doing the work and you don't realize that, hey, you're making an impact. So it definitely was a great feeling, just being awarded, and the fact that it was a surprise that made it even more surreal for me. So definitely I'm thankful for that award.
So I'm going to ask a hard question. We know you studied in the US and there are plenty of opportunities, there's better pay, etc., etc. I'm just assuming that. Yes. Why did you feel the need to return to St. Kitts, and was that award a push for you to let you know that you made the right decision?
Well, honestly, I returned to St. Kitts prematurely.
Okay.
And let me explain myself. When I completed my studies in medical laboratory science, I got an opportunity to work at Memorial Hermann in Houston, Texas. And during that period, I got accepted into the public health program at University of Texas. And then I came home on a vacation, and then I met a guy.
I love where the story's going.
And he convinced me to move back to St. Kitts. So that's how I came back to St. Kitts. And I was always going to return to St. Kitts, but I think maybe just not that soon.
Okay, so love brought you back home.
Yes, quote unquote, love brought me back here.
I love it.
I don't know where to go now, Charles. It's always a guy, isn't it? It's always a guy.
Yeah, it's always a guy.
All right, so let's talk about some of your accomplishments, some of which you've mentioned. Backing up a bit, you have a BSc in clinical laboratory sciences.
Yes, I do.
What motivated you to begin that journey?
I think everything in life sometimes happens by mistakes. But honestly, like I had no idea what clinical laboratory scientist was. But when I got the opportunity to work at Ross University, I think around 2001, I got employed in the diagnostic laboratory there. And then I started working in the microbiology area. And I had a mentor by the name of Dr. David Madden. God bless his heart. He's no longer with us, but I had that mentor. And he said, hey, you know, you're really good at this stuff. Don't you think you should go and study medical technology? And I was like, what's that? You know, because going to, you know, local schools back then, like you're never really exposed, you never had that exposure. So I think like you working at Ross University, that gave me like, it broadened the horizon because you had persons there who knew like these different professions and what they were. So he said, do the research and tell me what you think. So I went ahead and I did the research and I said, hey, you know, I think this is a career that I think I can, you know, I'm interested in doing. So that's how I got involved in medical technology. So when I made that decision, I looked for schools. My grandfather lived in Houston, so I figured, okay, let me go to a school where I have family, just in case I need that type of support. And that's how I ended up in University of Houston.
How was that experience?
It was good, but it was difficult because I was away from home, and then I was in the US. And I know I had like family, but it's like getting up, catching the bus. It was like a whole different type of culture because I say, you know, you go to and you visit the US, it's completely different to actually having to live there and navigate the systems. But I mean, for me, one thing I know about myself is that whatever I set my mind to, I'm going to accomplish. So it's not that it was ever easy, like I always had it easy and everything like that, but I was just focused. And I know my mom, because my mom invested a lot in me in terms of getting me to school. So I was like, okay, you can't fail.
Yeah.
You know, even it's not just for you, it's for her, like you can't fail. So there was no option at that. So, you know, you just use different things in life to push you to get to where you want to be.
I love the motivation, honestly, and I love to see your progression. Trevor and I were actually classmates back in.
Yes, we were.
I figured. I figured. And she said Jamie that way.
Yeah, we were. So it's great to see your progression. So moving up the chain in terms of your academic achievements and bachelor's in medical technology, obviously, board certified by the American Society for Clinical Pathology.
Yes.
Talk to us about those two experiences.
So ideally, like if you want to work in the US, once you complete that degree, you have to get some sort of certification, and the American Society for Clinical Pathology, that is a primary certifying board. So what I did, like once I completed my bachelor's program, I just went ahead and signed up for the board exam. And then once I completed the board exam, I had like literally an interview prior to my completion of the board exam. And they're like, okay, we want to hire you. So when are you going to be getting back your board exams? And I was so thankful because I feel like God always like ordains those steps. Like you just never know, because they're like, okay, well, I'm not from the US. How am I going to get a job? You know, but he just like put everything in place. So as when I passed my boards, I reached out to them and they were like, oh, you're hired. And they did like all the paperwork for me as an international student. Well, at that point, you know, I already graduated, but you know, you have to process the work visas and everything like that. And they were like, yeah, we'll process your work visa. And that was it. So, I mean, and I had a great team working there. I had great mentors, like persons that trained me, everything like that. So definitely working at that hospital, it was a great experience. And it literally propelled me. Like, so when I came back, like I had ideas for the diagnostic lab at Ross University.
Nice.
Just having that experience.
So when did you decide that you needed to do a master's degree? And how easy or how difficult was that pursuit?
It was difficult because I was married and then, you know, working. And then my mom says, because you know how mothers are, she was like, oh, okay, you're coming back to St. Kitts, so I dude, and you're about to get into your master's program. You're not, when you come home, make sure that you continue doing your master's program. So I said, okay, Mom, I promise. So then I just like, once I got settled, I was like, okay, well, it's time to going to the master's program. So I looked for a school that was online, and I can tell persons like, I've done distance and I've done like actual in-person, and distance learning is always a lot more difficult. Like people think like, oh, it's distance, so it's going to be a lot easier, but it's so much more difficult because you have to be disciplined. Like, you know, you're working, you have other responsibilities, and then you have papers to write, you have tests to take. So for me, it was a struggle, but I made it through. So, yeah.
So has the guy lived up to mom's expectation now?
He has. We're still together.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
lovely.
we're still together. Still together.
So mommy, he worked out.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't. I think we're on 13 years of marriage right now.
Congratulations.
I hope I have the correct years, otherwise he'll kill me.
So
he's usually the one that remembers.
You're the one that knows it better than...
No, he's usually the one that remembers. So I think it's 13. I think it's 13 years of marriage.
Okay.
Well, I think he should remember, considering that he was so persuasive in getting you to come back in the first place. So.
I like that.
All right, so we'll continue this conversation in a moment. Stay tuned, everyone.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue our engaging discussion with Mrs. Charlotte Freites, being tongue-tied a bit, winner of the Women in Science International Women's Day Award, awarded by the St. Kitts Department of Gender Affairs. So during the break, folks, we have some of the most interesting conversations. So Ms. Freites, I asked you if you were always into science, and you told me you had a career in mind. So I want to know why you didn't pursue that career and why you're in this career.
Yes, Hortensia. So honestly, I mean, in school, like the only thing that I ever knew, and I think most of us ever knew about, was a doctor, a teacher, a nurse, a lawyer. So I mean, based on my limited knowledge, I was like, okay, well, I was always into science. I was like, okay, well, I want to become a doctor and a gynecologist at that. But then I think my exposure at Ross, and like I felt like I wanted to be like more hands-on, like be behind the scenes, like as we call ourselves the medical detectives. Like I wanted to be like figuring out, okay, what was wrong? So if you submit your blood sample, I was like, okay, what's happening here? If you submit like a body fluid, like, okay, let me see what bacteria is going on that fluid. So for me, it was like just the mystery and the behind the scenes of what you do in the laboratory just cemented that, okay, this is definitely what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Great explanation.
All right, so we're jumping ahead a little bit to your impact on the Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine's Diagnostic Laboratory. And some of your greatest accomplishments are actually listed here, so we'll talk about them in turn. Paperless initiative that captured the lab submissions and results digitally.
Yes, so previously what we did, like the clinic would submit paper submissions, so they would request like the test that they want, and then we would literally like fill out our information on paper. Okay. So then what we did to change that system, we created like a submission form, a submission form where they would still check off exactly what they required, but then all our lab results would be in a digital format.
And that was you.
Yeah. And we even created a digital format also for the submission form. So we linked it back to their hospital management system where they were able to access that submission form.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And then moving forward, because I'm always about changing, evolving, making procedures better. So now that once we did that digital system, we now decided, hey, we're growing as a laboratory, so what we want to do right now is take it a step further. So we implemented a laboratory information management system. So we purchased that. It's literally a customized system. So then your clients can request what they want through that system, and then we upload our results to that system so they can actually see their results real time. And this is happening for cats and dogs.
Oh, nice.
And donkeys.
Go cats,
Yeah.
go
And
donkeys.
humans might be next, or will be next. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
You're also a writer, I see. So you're a co-author on various research publications supporting the professional growth of colleagues in the section of Ross University Lab.
Yes.
And weak community initiatives.
Yeah, so you would have had, in terms of the community initiative, you had Patrice Bernier a few weeks I think back in February.
Yes.
So she also works in our laboratory. So she spearheads our lab week committee. So some of the community initiatives that we've done so far, we've done the Sustainable Fair. We held that in Independence Care, and that was in 2019 also, before COVID, 2017, I could be wrong. But we've held those different initiatives. We've done the Bling My Lab Coat contest. We've also, when Patrice came here, she spoke about the instrument model contest. And one of the reasons why we're doing that, because we know that when we went through school, we didn't have these type of exposure, and then just letting the students know that, hey, there are other opportunities out there that you can investigate. I mean, there are other different professions. The allied health professional field, which medical technology falls under, it is so broad because we have histotechnologists, you have cytotechnologists, like you have these wide range of fields that you can definitely get involved in. So I think like exposing our students to like what's out there is one of our primary reasons for doing these different community initiatives. In terms of the research publications, because we work in the laboratory, we work with like great principal investigators, and a lot of the times that we actually do the hands-on work for them in terms of like getting the results to them. So we are able to get that co-authorship on those different types of papers. For the professional development, I mean, one thing about me, one thing I always believe in is that you have to pay it forward. Like, I'm not sitting in this chair because of my own, my own skills. I mean, I've had great mentors along the way. I couldn't do what I do without a great team at Ross University. So I feel like, once you get into a space where you can help others, you definitely need to pay it forward.
I love that, and that's very important. And let's talk about Ross again, specifically, the different roles that you've held there. Right, so you rejoined, well, you started there in 2001.
Yes, I started in 2001. I was a substitute teacher at Sandy Point High School, and then I saw the job posting at Ross, and I was like, okay, I think this is something that I can do. So I applied there, was successful in 2001, and then that's when I spoke about my mentor saying, hey, check out the field of medical technology. So I left, and then came back in the capacity of a senior diagnostic technician. And then when the director left, one of my greatest mentors, Dr. Marianne Ethwal, she was like, I really think that you should apply for this position. It was a little bit scary because it's taken on management, and it's like I've never had that type of management experience. So I was like, okay. So I was excited and happy at the same time, but still scared because I'm like, okay, suppose I fail. But then I always tell myself like, hey, no, failure is not an option. And I'm not saying that you can't ever have difficult days, but it's for you to just pick yourself up and be like, okay, I had a bad day. Tomorrow is another day. I have another opportunity to just keep pushing forward. And that's why I keep doing so I don't want people to ever feel like, hey, I don't have bad days. I do, but I just pick myself up and keep on moving.
I love it.
And give yourself a good cry. I always tell people, give yourself a good cry. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to cry. Definitely is okay. And now congratulations, because you are now the Director of Laboratory Services.
Thank you.
Wow, how does that feel?
I think for me, getting the position of Director of Laboratory Services, it's not that I'm not ever proud of my accomplishments. Yes. I am, and yet again, it was another pivotal moment in my career where I'm like, okay, somebody is seeing me, somebody's realizing the hard work, somebody's realizing the potential. And the Dean of Ross University, Dr. Sean Callanan, he's one of my mentors, and I sit in this position simply, one of the reasons why I sit in this position is also because of him, because for several years he kept saying hey, what's your next step? I feel like you need to move into a next step. And then I guess they called me and they were like, okay, this is what we want you to do. We want you to manage the different laboratories outside of the diagnostic labs. So they gave me pathology, histology, and anatomy laboratories. So right now I'm overseeing 4 laboratories. They do have managers and they do have other support staff. So I definitely can't say that I do it all on my own. I have a great team there. So yeah, we work well together.
Go team.
Go team, Ross.
I love it. I love it. All right, so in our final moments, Trella, I want to know what words of encouragement you would have for people who might not have thought about a career like you're engaging in now. What would you say to them, and specifically women, young girls, students generally?
Yes, so to young girls, women, no matter what your background is, you can be poor, you can go through trauma, no matter what, you can always overcome. And these are the steps that I encourage you to take. First of all, define when I say define, decide what you want to do in life. Let it not be your parents' decision. Let it not be because you see your friend going into it, so you want to follow your friend or anything like that. So first and foremost, decide what you want to do with your life. Secondly, define what excellence and success means to you and not to someone else. And then when you decide this is what you want to do, get a mentor or two. And get a mentor or two that's going to hold you accountable and responsible for your actions. And another thing is that things are going to get difficult at times, and it's okay, but keep pushing forward. Another thing, when you get to where you want to go, stay humble and always pay it forward.
Listen, that was the best advice you can give to anyone. Jamie, would you agree with me?
Well, Trella's sitting right here. Even if you weren't, I'd agree, Trella.
Trella, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us this morning. It was indeed our pleasure having you. We hope this is not the last chat.
I hope not either.
Oh, right.
Okay, I had a great time with both you and Jamie Cartensia.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was going to say, I want to get your husband here the next time. So we can find out exactly what those words were.
Okay, GMSK Nation, that was Mistress Trella Freites, winner of the Women's Insights International Women's Day Award. Stay tuned, so much more after this short break.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, it's very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
It is time for another edition of Real Talk. So today we will be speaking about emotions. The question is, do we need them? So Jamie, what do you say to that? Do we need these emotions that we have?
Not at all. Let's shut off and all be robots. Of course we need them.
Like that. Not at all. Let's shut up and all be robots. Yep. It is important because we need our emotions I wouldn't say valid, but we need our emotions daily because we need to interact with others. So we need to make sure we have them in check, because sometimes we don't have them in check. I have those days. So yeah, we need them.
Yes, and being emotional can be considered the very essence of our humanity, apparently. Yeah. So it's what gives us our inclination to respond for the sake of our survival, right? Mm-hmm. Also enables us to care for others, giving others what they need in any particular moment, caring for ourselves as well. Let's not forget that part, right?
Yeah, self-care is essential. And I would say sometimes, boy, the emotions work against you, because if you're an empath, you feel everything that everybody's feeling, and sometimes you have no boundaries because you think, oh, I need to be there for this person, and I need to be there for that person. And then, as you rightfully said, take care of yourself when we don't take care of ourselves. But emotions get us very far in life, especially when we can keep them under control. Because we have those emotions where some of us just burst out at every single situation. We don't know how to handle them. So, guys, we got to keep those in check. So do a little yoga, a little Pilates, exercise, take a little swim, go for a little walk, keep the emotions in check.
All right, maybe devil's advocate for a second. And that's my role here today. I have witnessed interviews with people who are extraterritorial, put it that way, talking about what it means to be a woman on the job. And women will often get told that they can be a little more emotional than men, and it's a negative connotation. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that there's any merit in that statement, that women tend to be too emotional versus the way that men are, and should that even be said, or should it be expected?
It can be taken in the right context, and it can be taken in the wrong context, depending on the situation that presents itself. But a woman thinks more deeply and try to get to the root and understand what the person is feeling. As I say, maybe women are more empathetic than men. Maybe we are. I'm not sure. I'm just saying these are my words. These are just my feelings, y'all. Nobody told me to say this. So we'll go to the nitty-gritty of it. So we'll get underneath and we'll find out. And we will not only just hand out the basics. We will have some kind of compassion, some kind of emotion will be in there. Whereas somebody and the man might say, just do the thing. And the woman will be like, no, you can do it like this, and then you can take your time so you don't make that same mistake again. But then the fellow might be just do the people and walk now. So just saying.
So men can be brutish. All right. Now.
Listen, guys don't really share the same emotions as us, and they don't go down and be like, you can do this. This is how you do it. You know, if it failed that way, do it this way, and then we hand on the task. But the guys can be, study for this, to do this. We're going on with you. Yeah.
It depends, and I guess the same can be said for both sexes. In any circumstance, being too emotional or not emotional enough could actually be to one's detriment. So I guess you have to find the right balance. What is that balance? I always say this. I think it depends on the individual and the circumstances in which that individual is meant to operate. So, yeah, definitely being too emotional can affect.
And I'm going to talk on relationships. I know Jamie don't like when I go there. But Jamie, sometimes we want the men to be like our girlfriends and it can't work. Wait, y'all know, right? GMSK Nation, let me know in the comments. Jamie just like, potential, why you got to go there? But we want our husbands or boyfriends to be like our best friends. And we expect them in certain situations where we know a woman would be more empathetic and extend more empathy. And then when he doesn't, you be like, man, I want to talk to you because you ain't even trying to understand what I'm going through and blah, 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 blah. And then when you talk to your girlfriend and she make you feel so at ease and you be like, but my husband couldn't get this, what's wrong with him? He's not trying to be in touch with my emotions. And so, you just, y'all see his face? Do y'all see his face? So I guess we can't expect everybody to be on the same level, but we still want some empathy from the gentlemen in our lives, or the gentlemen that are around us, You don't necessarily have to share the girlfriend empathy, but yeah.
All right, back to reality. Thank you for that, Sarah. So there is a balance that, well, I won't even say balance that needs to be struck. I think they might be on opposite ends of the spectrum sometimes. Emotions and logic. You can be emotional to the detriment of logic.
Ignoring logic,
or logical to the detriment of I would say emotional intelligence, those watchwords that a lot of people were talking about. We need to be more emotionally intelligent. Yeah, what does that mean? Seriously. Anyway.
Because you notice when we had the discussion about when gentlemen normally, when they emotionally mature, they're in tune, they understand, they feel the pain. The only time I think I find gentlemen emotionally in tune, guys, do not get me, okay? It's like those guys that I see in the delivery room, and then eventually they fade out. That's the only time they really understand what their wife's going through, because they figure, how is she doing that crap on the floor? Because you see, I find that's the only time I find fellas are really emotionally in tune with their spouses.
Always relationships.
I'm just saying, because that's the only time, because as you said, most times fellows just come from the logical way.
But the world is rooted in logic.
It is, but then as women, we need you to be a bit more emotional.
No, don't get me wrong. But I believe that there's a time and a place and a way to do certain things. And if we're talking about the workplace, for instance, because that's really where we spend the bulk share of our day with people. You're working for 8 hours. Yeah, you're up for about 16. Come on, let's be realistic. Half your day is spent generally with these people. Is there a place for emotions in the workplace? Is there a place for logic in the workplace? You'd say obviously logic. Emotions,
logic, yeah.
Perhaps because you need to understand where people are coming from, but at the same time, do they interfere with each other? And does that interference impact the productivity that you need in that environment?
It does, because if let's say emotion outweighs the logic, because as you rightfully said, and I too believe that most of the workplace should be logic. Fair enough, to keep conflict out, basically. Because if somebody, excuse me, has more emotion than logic, then it could become conflicting, and the productivity can be low,
because they don't feel that what they said was validated, or they don't feel that they were given any sort of satisfaction by the management or the immediate supervisor or the person with whom they're having the conversation. So then they decide, you know what, forget this, I ain't gonna stay here no more, or I can just do minimal work if they do stay, and then it becomes a problem.
You just listen to music. We talked about this. I can't get no satisfaction. Let that be your theme song. All right, yeah, that works too. Just so we go playing the guitar and jump around the office as you do it, as I'm inclined to do. All right. No, but seriously, okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that workplaces tend to be places where there's not much room for emotion, and I can understand that, because when you think about people operating in that sphere, they just say whatever they want to do whatever they want to do, act out because, oh, my feelings were hurt, or whatever goes on. And then what that does is that creates an environment where it's really not, how do I put it? The tension is palpable. Let's put it that way. The tension could be palpable when people feel like they can say and do whatever they want because their emotions get the better of them. In those instances, I would say take a step back. As a matter of fact, take 10 steps back. Yeah, go that far away from the situation. Breathe. And you can be away from the situation that causes you to react emotionally, even if you're physically present. It's just a mental thing. So as far back as you need to get from it, and try not to react to things emotionally, especially things that need more thought. Yeah, you know the foot and mouth disease. Yeah, because it didn't go through, those thoughts didn't go through the brain, it seems. It's just like, yeah, whatever, mouth. You know what I mean? I see, I say.
Yeah.
Or no, none of that. Just.
But sometimes I see and say work. Because sometimes I just think we need people to know what we're thinking. Don't you think?
See, say, but how far do you see? Because you might see the present situation, but you might not see how your words or actions could affect people in the long term.
I get that, but you're hoping that they receive it in the way you're putting it over, especially if you're doing it in a nice way.
Oh,
yes.
There's nothing called nice in certain situations.
In no situation.
Oh, there you go.
I can tell you. Wow, and look at this. Negative effects of pent-up emotions, and we know that. Imagine I'm holding on to what you did, and that one day. Because even in the workplace, I'm complaining, I'm saying, I don't like this because this is how this happens. This is how this person makes me feel. They're continually condescending towards me, blah, 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 blah. And you complain for months and nothing is done. And then guess what? That one day you just let the manager, the person you were talking about, and everybody else have it. How about that?
Well, that's what happens?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an eruption, isn't it? All right.
Volcano in the place.
We see, it's the thing. You have to be knowledgeable about yourself. You also need to vent. But vent to the people who you matter to most, right? Because nobody wants you to vent in the workplace. Vent to who cares? People just care about their job getting done. And let's talk, that's the bottom line. You're in a workplace, it's a conveyor belt type of environment. You do this, you do that, the chain goes. And there's no time for, well, I feel, really, because it impacts productivity, right? When we talk about pent-up emotions, though, one of the things that came back to my mind, something I saw in the news recently, was the fact that the Las Vegas mass shooter, some years ago, actually had issues with the way that casinos were treating him. So in that particular moment, it seems like he just had a lot of pent-up emotion, and he released it that way. And we've seen the devastating effects of people.
I wondered if he complained.
But we've seen the devastating effects of how people deal with emotions in that way when they keep everything
because some of the shootings that happened, most of them said the classmates were bullied, blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's the point, yeah.
So that's pent-up emotions right there, and they took it out the wrong way. Yeah. Maybe even if they were speaking to someone, they weren't getting the response that they need, so they took actions into their own hands.
And you see, if you're pitting emotion against logic, the logical thing to do would not be to take a weapon and shoot people who never affected you or anything like that. Wouldn't be to take up a weapon at all to do that.
Exactly.
But again, when emotions get the better of us, we're not saying we're going to go to those extremes, but we might be on the spectrum in one way or another that makes our reactions not logical, and therefore not best for us or the people around us.
Yeah, and as I said in the beginning, because I have some of them days, you all know I like to confess. Yes.
And they're asking why, like me, in any event. All right.
The truth shall set you free, Jamie. You know that's my favorite tagline. So, Metabolis just decided it's not going to behave well.
Well, the question is, what would it be like if everyone were emotionless? And we answered that earlier.
Emotionless, you said?
Yes, emotionless.
Ooh. And we'll be robots. You said that in the beginning.
I did say that, yeah. You did answer that earlier, so.
Yeah. We need the emotions. The emotions get us pretty far in life. Once we know how to control them, it gets us far when we know how to respond to each other with them. And it gets us far when we understand what we're going through. And I guess we can maybe speak to someone, as you said, someone that's dearest to us, or go to therapy. Oh.
Yeah, you can do that. And you know what? You can come back after this break. We're GMSKN in a moment.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out. Pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6 along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients. You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Aunt Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
It's the last day of March. Who guessed it? Well, you guys did because you know it, right? So since it's the last day of March, what better way to end the month than with a recap? And everybody, well, I don't know if everybody loves a monthly recap, but either way, yeah, maybe you guys do. We'll find out. It helps you to stay on track, measure your progress, and reaffirm your commitment to productivity generally. So I suppose in that case, you guys would love a monthly recap.
What?
So here are the props for you, and I will take part in the activity. Cortensia will too. Props for you.
And
how do you rate your month?
Yeah, they got it. And let us know in the comments.
No, but I ask, how do you rate your month on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you rate your month?
Me or the nation?
The nation first, you second.
Okay, I'll go second. 5.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm alive. I rate it life. That's how I rate it.
Oh my God.
Off the charts here, right? L-I-F-E, life. Yeah. Forget 1 to 10. Who needs numbers?
Oh.
All right. So, did you learn anything new?
This
Well, every day you learn something new. Like today, I learned that Trump was indicted. Hello. Charges not made public. So that was today. But
Do you think he's ever gonna be really busted?
Listen, things need to be transparent, and so when we find out exactly what he's charged with, definitely so. I'll be looking, so I'll probably learn later on today, so that's what I'm learning and looking for. Did I learn anything new this month? Yeah.
I learned lots of new things, but I can't remember everything that I would have learned, but I've learned that I gotta take my health a bit more serious. Not that I didn't know it before, but I had to relearn it again. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that. So, yeah, you're living, you're learning. That's the point. Month and flashback, month and rewind. Yeah. All right.
Here's one of your memorable moments from this month.
Let's see. I'm joking around, guys. Yeah, obviously. No, my memorable moment from the month. I guess my birthday and, you know, stuff like that.
Look
It was
at
fine.
you.
It was nice and
Look at
quiet.
you.
Like
In
I
the
like it.
new era.
What
Don't
new
let
era?
anyone tell you to act your age.
What
You
new
weren't
era?
this age
I don't
before,
know
okay?
what new era are you talking about.
Well, the new age. that
Same
you
me,
are.
different day. It's just a matter of the years piling up, but hey.
No, but if
same me.
somebody say act your age, said no, I've never been this age before. I just got into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what. No, but that's not going to work at all. At all. Yeah, so what were your memorable moments?
Look, I had brunch with my friends and pool time with my friends. So those two were memorable for me. The brunch was memorable because, you know, food was involved and a little side drink. Yes. Memorable.
Clearly. You're talking about it now.
You asked. See, now he's laughing at me when I gave him my example of my memorable moment.
Clearly. Oh, boy. No, I did not receive any valuable advice this month at all. No, I did not receive any valuable advice this month. Does that mean that I'm open to advice? No, it doesn't. I'm just telling you that I did not receive any valuable advice this month. Did you guys receive any valuable advice this month?
I sure did. Do your own research.
Oh, okay.
That was the advice I was given by my adopted mama. Do your own research. That's to say, don't come and tell me that because somebody did that for you. You better do your own research so you have the exact thing. So, okay, mama, I heard you. I'll do my own research. Yeah, she
Moving on. Sorry. Okay. Oh, good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The things I go through, y'all. But they're good go-throughs because they make me a better person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Could you believe she's spicy like that? Exactly like that. She'd be like, don't come and tell me that, young lady. You better come with better information than that. And let's pull it up now. Yeah.
Okay.
Mama done told me. All right.
Do your own research. All right. Any inspiring moments? I can't say that I had any inspiring moments to think of.
I was inspired. I hosted the International Women's Day Award on the host. On the 8th of March. So that was quite inspiring. As Miss Fritz said, she remember me from that, and it was good to see that the ladies are in every aspect and in every area, and to see the caliber of ladies that were present, including our Governor General. Yes, so that was a very inspiring moment for me. At first, when I was there, I began to get butterfly guys. I was like, girl, get yourself together. What butterfly you having? You got to be an inspiration right now for yourself and these persons that are looking at you to do a great job. So yeah, that was my inspiring moment.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Like I said, I had none. Like I said, I had none. Did I have much me time? Yeah. Did I have a lot of me time? I always have me time, so it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah. I got plenty of me time.
Okay.
Plenty. Although I didn't do much with my me time, but snooze. Yeah.
Snooze.
Yeah. I hope I didn't lose much because they say you snooze, you lose, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly.
I catch up on the rest.
Oh.
Oh, I like this one. The funniest moment. I'm trying to remember my funniest moment for the month. Oh my gosh, my funniest moment for the month. Did I have a good laugh this month? Because my good laugh involves me crying and being on the floor. I don't remember. Oh my God. Jamie, I overshare, right? No, I just let you know what I do. I can't remember. Jamie, tell. What was your funniest moment?
I don't know that I had any funny
I'm
moments
trying
per
to
se.
remember. I don't think it shouldn't be that hard.
I don't know, it wasn't my funniest moment. It was a moment that I enjoyed watching on TV that was funny. You People, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, really funny.
Which movie?
You People.
Oh, You People. Okay.
Louis Dreyfus.
But that's an old one, or?
No, it's a new one.
It's a new one? Okay.
You People. Yeah, Jonah Hill.
No, I don't know, y'all. No.
Lauren London. I'm giving you all the names of the stars in it.
Yeah. But no. I don't remember having a funny moment.
No, neither. Yeah, you know what? Hey, yeah. Well, the replay might catch it, but not right now. All right. Did I discover any new songs or movies? I just told you, rather, movies or shows, and yeah.
New songs were the songs that we had the top 10 Billboard here, and then I realized Miley sang that song, and the guy, I'm still trying to remember his name to go Google him to get the song, and I couldn't remember it. Guys, I think my memory is not too well. So yeah, I'm working on that too. But I need to remember what he likes to laugh for me. I can't remember his name, but yeah, those are the new songs that I discovered. Did I watch a new movie this month? Yes, John Wick 4.
Okay. Yeah.
I was forced to go, but it was good. It was good because I don't like violence, y'all. Although it is fictional, it gets to my little soul. So I swore to people in the movies, was like, "What's wrong with that girl over there? Cause see me here." Yeah, but it was a good movie. Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I like John Wick.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like John Wick? All right. Any guest appearances that I enjoyed? I liked all of them.
Yeah.
Because they each provided something that was unique. Well, with the exception of the group chats that we had, because although they were unique, they were more the same.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everybody was nice.
Mr. Adrian yesterday, I must say I enjoyed his passion. Man, he sold himself. I really enjoyed his passion. Because I agreed with Jamie, I enjoyed everybody. And I really enjoyed his passion. And guys, I love it when you tell us that we make you feel comfortable. You would say like, I come in nervous and this, and then you'd be like, you get through the interview so well. And can I speak on behalf of myself and Jamie? It's a pleasure. Oh my God.
On your behalf, that's fine.
Okay, I speak for myself. It's our pleasure, guys. Come on back. Yep.
Plans for April. What are your plans for? I feel like I'm having a conversation with you. You can answer me. What are your plans for April?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
What are you doing with the next month of your life?
My plan for April is I'm looking forward for that 4-day, 4-day weekend.
Oh, 4-day weekend.
From Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh man, I hope I accomplish a lot, but I'm looking forward to that weekend. And I even have a picnic with my friends. Yeah, let me remember that so I can cook my stuff that I have to take. Yeah, I'm having a picnic on the Monday actually with my girls. So we're gonna have some fun.
You leave work on Thursday, you head back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah, but at least I would have had a nice long 4-day relaxing. Hopefully I get some chores done weekend. But I know.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And what other thing do I have planned for April? Maybe to get back on my exercise bandwagon. Because I swear I only exercised like twice this month. Sad. 31 days. So I have to get back on that bandwagon. Maybe I'm still struggling to finish reading my books. Yeah. So those are my hopeful accomplishments for April. What about you? Just want to live?
Stay alive. Yeah,
when you know what your co-host is going to say.
These theme songs are in my head. First one was Satisfaction. Or I get it. This one is Staying Alive. Yeah, that.
You can tell by the way.
Never mind that. All right, guys. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
it.
An exotic experience.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
各位朋友，大家好。Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango.
Good morning. This is Karen of Paris and support from Paris, Vermont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
In this day and age, social media plays a major role in our lives. We use it to connect with friends, learn new things, and keep up to date with current events. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with someone who is no stranger to the digital sphere. He is the man behind Model Cop. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Shaq Pastor Benjamin to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, Shaq, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure indeed. So my big question, how does one go from a cop to a bodyguard to a driving instructor to now in the social arena reporting the events that you do?
Well, as you said, I'm a retired officer.
Okay.
I'm still active in my teaching. I'm a driving instructor presently.
Okay.
And now into social media. It came about during the pandemic.
Okay.
During the pandemic, everyone stuck at home, nothing to do. After doing all your chores, you're tired of watching TV, you're tired of sleeping. So one has to become creative. So I just started doing little silly videos and noticed persons were actually liking it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got started.
Okay.
What did you say? You started doing silly videos or simple videos? I'm not sure I heard you correctly.
Well, Silly, simple.
And you notice people like, what was the first one that you did?
The first one I did, actually, I sang a song pertaining to COVID-19, and that song, to my amaze, really went viral. Persons were actually calling me, messaging me, requesting that I send it to them. Yeah, it was a little song about COVID-19.
Was that the silly or the simple?
Simple.
Okay.
So I want to know, how did you get the name, or how did you decide on the name Model Cop?
Model Cop. Actually, way before Facebook, Instagram, there was High Five. I don't know if you know about High Five. Yes. I posted a photo on High Five, and I just simply said, anybody wants a model? And someone responded and said, Model Cop, because at the time I was a police officer. And I said, that sounds really, really good. Model Cop. And as a matter of fact, I had a little thing with identity modeling agency. For those of you who don't know, I did a little modeling with identity modeling agency. So that's where the name comes from. When you put the two together, you get Model Cop.
I like that. I like that.
All right, I have to say, I didn't see that story coming, so thank you for sharing that information. Let's talk about how it's been since you've launched the Model Cop platform.
Talk about
how it's been since you've launched the Model Cop platform.
As anything, it's always a rough start. You have persons who will say negative things, but one thing I can say, those who are with you are more than those against you. So that is what I always strive for. The persons who are with me are more than those against me. And that's how I got started, just putting the negativity behind and just moving forward with the positive.
Okay, so you said you started this platform in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue our engaging conversation with Model Cop Shaq Basu Benjamin. We do apologize for the break in transmission and thank you for your patience. So Shaq, during the break I asked you a barrage of questions. So can you tell me what or how would you describe your platform to someone who is not familiar with Model Cop?
Right. Model Cop, the platform is very informative. It's an informative platform. If you want to know what's going on in St. Kitts, Nevis, you can tune into Model Cop. Also, if you want to be entertained, you can tune into Model Cop. I mean, we bring the news that the mainstream media does not bring. So if you want to be kept abreast, tune into Model Cup MCN.
You can't leave it there, because when you say you bring the news that mainstream media does not bring, give us a sense of, by specific example even, some of the stories that you've covered.
Right. Now, as simple as reporting a pothole in the road, that is the type of information that we bring, and people really, really appreciate, because, you know, having a pothole is serious business. When a pothole is in the road, I mean, it can cause damage to your vehicle.
Yes.
And persons are really looking for the hole to be fixed. So if it's there over a period of time, residents would complain, they would call me, complain, and over a period of time, if it's not fixed, then I'll report it. And believe you me, after reporting it, it will get done. And that is the type of things our persons really, really appreciate.
Indeed. Some of your posts even go viral because you might put something out there, and then I hear on the various radio stations, the reporters or the person who's doing the segment, they're talking about it, and they're basically engaging the society, and everybody sends back text, and then they read the text, and so you're very influential.
I guess. I mean, I was really, really impressed and shocked when I heard a news item and MCN was mentioned. I'm like, wow, I really didn't know I have that much of an influence. Because of the mainstream media using MCN, I mean, it is a real joy and pleasure.
Any intentions to grow MCN?
No immediate intentions. I really do this as a hobby. So no immediate intentions to do that. But in the near future, who knows? Just might.
You heard it here first.
Well, as you said before, there are a lot of people who apparently get you to the tune of 8,500 followers.
Wow.
How'd you get there?
Content. Persons really, really like good content. Nobody likes a boring page. If you're scrolling through Facebook and your page is not vibrant and active, persons won't stay, they won't like, they won't follow. So the content is very, very important. What you put out is very important. You have to put out things that people can relate to. And information, like I said, information is very, very critical. Simple information, the public, they really, really like that. So the content is basically how you go to the page.
I have to ask, okay, we talked about the pothole story. I need to know about some of the other stories that you cover again that you said the mainstream media doesn't really cover. Give me a list of 2 or 3.
Right. There was this issue with a lady who was experiencing some domestic abuse. And she would have called me and told me she wants me to be her voice because she was not getting the necessary help that she needed. After she would have made calls to the authority and they were not responding as they should, she turned to me, and I listened to her story, and I heard her story, and something was definitely done forthwith, immediately. She got the results that she was actually seeking. Another instance, like I said earlier, there was a drainage in the village area that needed to be fixed, and it was there for quite a while. Quite a while it was there for, and nobody was doing anything about it. Again, someone would have called me and told me they wanted me to speak about it. And I thought it was that important for me to speak about, and I did speak about it, and shortly after, again, it was fixed. So persons really, really appreciated that. They appreciated what MCN was doing for the community.
I'm going to go back to your beginning as a police officer. Do you think the way you acted then contributes to now how people are willing to call you, give you information so you can share with the public and get their issues resolved?
Definitely. As a police officer, there has to be trust. Once the public can trust you, half your work is done. And suffice to say, model cop, it's not just only a name, but I really believe that I was that model cop. I was a model.
Congrats.
You get me?
Yes.
I mean, I've never been disciplined in the police force after serving for some 21 years.
Oh.
So
congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So definitely, trust is an issue, and once persons trust you, they can relate to you. I can recall while I was in Frigate Bay working, there was a lady living in St. Peters, and that is out of my district. But because she had so much trust in me, she preferred to call the Frigate Bay police station to report domestic abuse again to me. And I left from Frigate Bay, went into another district, and dealt with it. So trust is very, very important.
All right, well, I said a lot of people seem to get you. You're wearing the brand right now. 8,500 followers. Let's talk about merchandise. You get me. What's the meaning behind the title?
Well, you get me is a phrase I use when I'm speaking and for some unknown reason just couldn't get it cut out. So when I'm speaking, I say, you get me. And as a matter of fact, I picked it up when I went to England, and I just couldn't get it cut out. And every time I speak, I say, you get me, yeah, you get me. And some persons became annoyed, and some persons really, really liked it. And one thing I can say, those who are with you are more than those against you. So the majority of persons really, really liked it, and some persons would have encouraged me to, you know, put it on a shirt and sell. And I did just that. I put it on a shirt, and I wore it around. Persons were asking how can they get shirts. As a matter of fact, before I came up here, a guy was on the phone with me asking me how can he get his "You Get Me" shirt. So,
I like that. I like that.
So business is good.
Yes.
Yes.
What are the products that you have available other than the shirt?
That's it.
That's it for now. Any plans to grow that at all?
Not immediate.
Not immediate. Okay. All right. How do people order?
Simple. Give me a call. 663 all zeros.
You can't forget.
All zeros.
That's the reaction I get every time.
So what are the future plans for Model Cop, other than maybe doing a little modeling here and there?
Future plans. Again, no immediate plans. I just take life as it comes. We'll see what happens as life goes on.
I gotta ask you, are you a one-man team? How many people work with MCN?
Yes, I'm a one-man team. Everything I do, everything from videoing, editing, everything I do all by myself. And maybe that's one of the things that I need to change. Maybe I need to get somebody to work with me, but it's kind of difficult to get people to do that, considering when I do my production, because when I do my production, it's sometimes late in the evening, right at my home. I don't have a studio, so it's right at my home. I do everything.
So what are some of the highlights and the challenges of your career thus far?
Highlights. Well, one that jumps out at me is knowing that persons get satisfaction from looking at my products. For example, Jacinth Henry Martin, I had no idea she looks at my stuff. And one time I was in the city, going about my business, and this car passed, and the person stuck the head out the window. And she said, "Model Cop, good job, keep it up." And I'm like, huh? Jacinth Henry Martin looks at my stuff. And it felt really, really good, knowing that, you know, persons of that caliber would enjoy my stuff. Another one is, like I said earlier, recently, when CEO for Freedom FM, Juni Libod, presented the news, and he said Model Cop was on the scene, and he filed this report. Again, I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Here comes English. Nice.
You've got to be kidding me. Model Cop using things. And it felt really good again. So again, it's really, really good to know that people enjoy what you do.
Challenges, none?
Challenges. I don't have much of a challenge, but what I mentioned earlier, just not too long ago, in terms of having someone to perhaps assist me, because I don't have the luxury of someone operating the teleprompter for me. So sometimes it goes too fast, too slow, and I have to stop and go and. So perhaps, that's one of the challenges.
Okay.
Are there openings, guys? Are you listening? I am kidding. All right. So we talked about public scrutiny before, and one of the things that you said is, those who are for you are greater than those against you. Apart from that mantra, how do you deal with it? Is it part of your personality just to let it slide like water off a duck's back?
Right. I am an individual who really don't try to take on much issues. So for the negative persons who try their best to perhaps bring me down, I really don't spend much time on it. Honestly speaking, I don't spend much time on it, if any at all. I just keep doing what I have to do. And that's it. Just pay no mind to negativity.
Well, clearly you're making an impact.
Yes.
Right, so you gave us your social media, well, you didn't give us your social media platforms yet. You gave us your contact info, which I can't forget, 663 all zeros.
All zeros.
Got it. All right, but what about social media platforms? Where can people find this content if they don't know it? All right.
Mostly Facebook. It's Mother Cup, Shaq Basu Benjamin. On Facebook, I have a YouTube page, but I don't really utilize it. So it's just
You gotta
Facebook.
utilize it. You gotta utilize it.
I've been told that.
Please do.
I've been told that.
Yeah. So then you can come back when the next time you come back. You can come with your YouTube plaque to show us that. Yeah.
I'll try.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
And you can actually spell you correctly for YouTube with You Get Me version 2.0, right?
Yeah.
Teasing you, Shaq. All right, great talking with you this morning. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the work that you do. Clearly, it's really important, and we're glad that we got your insight on it.
Pleasure.
All right. More Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning. The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove, and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into a large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Have you ever gotten a wrong number text, or have you ever sent a message to the wrong number? Yeah, you're lying if you said that you didn't on either of those. To share a bit of humor for this week's segment of It's Friday, Cortensi and I will be reviewing some of those messages shared online. And fortunately, you're not getting any of mine because it's like wrong recipient. I know when that usually happens, you know, like if you have more than one window open and you're talking to people, that's kind of like a wrong number thing for me because it's like it wasn't meant for you. But the actual wrong number thing that I think we're getting here is, no, you don't know this person. It's definitely the wrong number. It's like, why are you messaging me? So I've got my bit of wrong number. Here's other people's bits of wrong numbers.
Yeah. Or even when you ring them and they'd be like, is this Jamie? No, wrong number. Right. Hang up the phone on you.
All right, so here we go. Hey, chick, can you find anything? What? Is this April? No, it's November. That's not that bad. One of my neighbors has a pup named by the month, so I don't know. Hey.
Is this April? No, it's November. Why they gotta be so rough, though?
Could have been Julie. I don't know. Hey, that could work, right? It's Julie for July. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
It's June. That could have worked, too, right?
Oh, wow.
It's November. You only think it's weird because it's November.
Yeah, it's November, yeah. I was listening to a radio DJ yesterday, and he was saying something about somebody being upset that her name is not in a song, because you know some songs have months of the year that persons are named after, but she is named after a month that just doesn't have a song. Yeah.
Wow, change your name. if it's that big a deal, right? All right.
But he was just cracking foot at her. Oh, Jesus. Is this a school project that they sent? I think you have the wrong number, man.
What is that? Paper bag man? I don't get it.
Did you see the social media post that was going around the other day? This guy went to the traffic bureau, I think, in Trinidad, and you're not supposed to have on a three-quarter pants, right? So I don't know where he lives in Trinidad. So he was not about to go back home. Jamie, the man, added 2 yellow envelopes to his pants to bring it down to the...
Brilliant. Can't fault him.
To me.
That's a big place. Can't fault him.
Boy, listen. I said, boy, people, and he's made social media rounds, but this... I wonder if this is a science project.
This is a way to save the environment. Yeah, it's like he obliterates plastic bags. That's what he does. He's paper bag man.
Paper bag man.
We can have a whole spoof on this guy. Granted, he's in the toilet, so it could have been worse. He could have been toilet paper man.
You know, I kind of like you too. Me? No. Sorry, sir. But what if the person is just put up a picture to get that person's reaction? You know, just fool them. Man, say, me? You can't like me.
How do you know that?
But then you see, the no started simple, and then it went, no, not you. Sorry, sir.
Well, hey, didn't need well, I don't know. It depends on who was sending it. And we don't have a picture, so there's nothing for me to go on with what I'm thinking about. So there you go. No.
Oh, wow.
Take it back. It's in all caps. No. Not that face.
No, sir.
Not you.
Not you.
Sir.
No time. Wow. Hey, Mom. I lost my phone, so I have to get a temporary number. Can you text me on my new number? You have the wrong number. I'm nobody's mother. LOL.
Okay, we see it.
How could you not know your mom's number, though? Because she lost her phone. Oh my God.
Because it was recorded.
Wow.
So that's why.
Wow.
It was recorded.
Wow.
And the phone that was lost.
Yeah. Well, sir.
Here is the schedule. Hey, I think you have the wrong number. And what is your number? Because I have the dash. That's my number. Okay, then why did you say I have the wrong number? Because I'm not the person you're trying to text. Which is valid. It's not the wrong number. It's the right number. It's the wrong person. So I agree with this one.
Yeah.
Right number, wrong person.
Wrong person. Yeah. Indeed.
Or at least wrong message. Right?
Oh, wow.
That happens, I guess, if you're in a group chat or whatever and you mistake people.
Lee didn't bring mac and cheese. I think you have the wrong number. But Lee should be beaten for not bringing mac and cheese. Why inside violence?
You just need consensus.
Violence.
Just need consensus. Doesn't matter if I have the wrong number or not. Just tell me that you agree that Lee should be beaten.
Because you didn't bring the mac and cheese. You promised us the mac and cheese, Lee. Your mac and cheese is thebomb.com. Why don't we have it here? Let's beat up Lee.
This is a lot of words for telling somebody you have the wrong number. I'll be like, wrong number. There's stuff like, I think you have the. It's not I think. You know they have the wrong number. So wrong number would suffice.
And then they ensue with a little joke. Beat Lee.
But he wants to beat Lee anyway. Yeah, now I get it.
Beat Lee up. He didn't know what he was supposed to do. Beat him up.
And if he does, you have the number of the person who incited violence.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Are you going to see with your wife tomorrow? No, you can have her. What? This marriage is going down like the Titanic anyways. If we go out to sea tomorrow, only one of us is coming back. Alrighty. Save a life. Take the wife. That's where
Jeremy, that's a really good tagline. Wife, if you're watching, any wife that is not agreeing with their husband at this time, do not go out to sea. Take Hortense's advice. Only one of you is coming back.
Wow.
Yeah, as Jamie saying, take a wife and save a life. So you can have. He said you can have her, so take her.
So this guy is technically a lifesaver.
Yes.
The wife takes.
Pun intended.
Definitely pun intended. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. This is Mr. Dash. No, this is. Sorry. Maybe I saved it. Wrong number. Hope I didn't disturb you. It's okay. I'm perpetually disturbed. Why? Children. Feel sorry. Yeah, me too. See, it ended up being a nice conversation.
That's a nice conversation.
They realized they had something in common.
To say that your children disturb you perpetually, that's a nice conversation.
Perpetually disturbed.
To admit that, that's a nice conversation.
My children. Oh,
that's something in common, but definitely not a nice conversation.
Listen, the kids didn't ask to be here, so you got to be perpetually disturbed all the time, every day, all day, until they grow up and they decide, I ain't got time for mommy or daddy no more. Yeah. But you see, it started out as a rough thing, and then they just showed a little humor.
Yeah, and he's sorry too that he has children. Yeah. Or that he's being perpetually disturbed by them.
Oh,
One or the other.
Yeah.
I did it, says one. Two says, what'd you do? You know what I did. You told me to do it. You got the wrong number, but you have me really interested enough to tell me what you did.
Why? So why didn't we get the rest of this conversation? Because I want to know.
Possible deniability. You never confessed anything to me. I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. Yeah.
Next thing you know, the cops traced back the number and said you were told what had happened, but you didn't report it.
I don't want to know.
No. Nobody will know, and we don't want to know.
Yeah. I don't want to know. Yeah, Billboard Top 10. Really don't want to know. All right.
Can you text me some pic of me that you have in your phone we took that night? Who is this? Dorothy. Good times. This is, I like this. And I'm sure this person don't know the other, but they just pull up a picture with Dorothy and just send it.
Who has pictures of the Wizard of Oz in his or her phone? you produce in the blink of an eye. Like, seriously, this guy probably Googled something, downloaded it, and was like, here you go.
Yeah, here you
this
go.
This one's for you. Got the link to it or something.
Because I'm trying to see which one is he, Tin Man or the Lion?
Well, you know who Dorothy is. No questions asked.
Dorothy, get the right number. This night sounds like a night that she almost can't remember. Just saying. Dorothy.
No, she remembered it. She just got the wrong night. And the wrong Dorothy. This is the second week these haven't been picked up at Domino's Waterville. I left a note for him today as well. This is from the manager. Nice. So, what does this have to do with me? Okay.
Wrong number, folks. Wrong number.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe that's why they're not being picked up, because you can't find the guy to tell to come pick them up, right? Because you've got the wrong number.
Wrong number. Hey, I love you, babe. Who's this? Wait, who are you? Probably not who you're trying to text. Well, you probably aren't, but how are you? You don't know me, and I don't know you, but how are you? Really? How are you? Where did you get this number? I typed in the wrong one, sorry. No worries, have a good evening.
This is not funny.
But they're trying to, it's not funny, but at least they kept the conversation going. The writer seemed to be really interested in how the person is doing, to not sound rude, and yeah.
No, this is the guy who's responding could have reacted in a different way, making it funny. It's a strange text, but it's not really,
He's
like,
to the point.
Funny. Because he's what to the point? Somebody says, hey, I love you, babe. Who is this? Wait, who are you? Probably not who you're trying to text. Well, you probably are. But how are you? Yada, 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 yada. How are you? Answer. Be like, hey, I love you too. And yeah, I don't know you either, but...
No, he was politically correct. He didn't want to get into any funny thing. You see, like how the guy or the gal pull up that Dorothy picture and sent it? He could have probably did something like that.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Are you kidding?
He was like, no.
I'd have been like, well, it's not Valentine's Day, but here you go. It's a box of chocolates with Forrest Gump on it. Forrest Gump in the background. Yeah, really. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
What's up? What you doing? I don't think I'm your... Well, if you don't think, or you don't know? Or you know. I don't get it. Anyway, I don't think I'm your mother. Well, what did you do? Have told her that she doesn't remember?
Well,
sorry, wrong number. I hope you find your mom. Thanks.
Did you find your mom?
Back. She actually cares. Like,
yeah, because she's a mom.
Well, she or he, because I don't even know who this is. Did you find your mother? Why do you care?
Because I'm not your mother, so I'm hoping you find your mother. And the fact that emotions are in this must be a lady.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you care? I don't get it.
I don't think I'm your mother. That was the nicest way to say it. So emotions. And then I hope you find your mom, emotions again. And then the fact that you text back to find out maybe after hours, because 6:57. Did you find your mother?
Yeah, so if he didn't find his mother, what were you going to do?
Oh, maybe tell him to call the police.
I don't get it. What were you going to do?
Like call the police and report that you cannot find your mom. Give them a correct description of your mom, but make sure you call the right number, 911.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm in love with you. To whom do I owe the pleasure? I must have the wrong number. Is this not Ashley? No, but don't let that stop you from loving me. I'm worth it.
That is what should have happened. The previous message. That right there is how you have a conversation and respond to a wrong number text.
So, Jamie, awesome. I am going to be biased, right?
What?
Do you see how the lady buy into the emotions and kept it going?
I don't know if this is a lady, by the way.
What he says, is this not Ashley? Ashley's got to be a lady, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Ashley is a unisex name.
Oh, jeez. I was just playing it safe over here. Yeah, I was playing it safe. So you don't know? But yeah.
I love that. I'm worth it. Hey, you are hella worth it. Definitely so.
Worth it. I like that. Emotions. Don't stop loving me.
We're making a list here. We've got time. We've got kosher salt, 3 cups, 20 pounds of ice, butcher paper, fire starters, garlic clove. I'm not going to buy that. Sure enough.
Then you won't be eating. How about that? I think you have the wrong number.
Listen, like you were cooking for me anyway, so there you go. I mean, seriously, it's not like I was going to benefit. Anyway, that's a wrap for our Friday fun. We'll be back in a moment with more GMSKN.
Welcome to another Infused Friday, and we have another amazing infused water recipe for you today, which is mango, papaya and pineapple. So let's get into just some of the benefits of this fine selection of fruit. Mango juice is full of potassium and magnesium, the two compounds that regulate blood pressure in the body. Consuming mango juice daily can help one keep fit and maintain blood pressure and keep hypertension in check. Drinking mango juice also makes sure there is enough fluid in the body to keep it balanced. Did you know that mangoes are good for your eyes, improves immunity, great for digestion, helps fight cholesterol and may burn fat and reduces acne? Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. And finally, pineapple, rich in vitamin C and manganese, which promotes healthy bones. Pineapple is packed with disease-fighting antioxidants. Thanks to the antioxidants, pineapple has cancer-fighting properties. In addition, pineapples can aid digestion and assist in weight loss. Now for the ingredients. You need 1/4 cup of papaya, 1 cup of mango, 1/4 cup of pineapple, 1/2 cup of ice and 12 ounces of cold water. Directions: wash fruits well, chop and slice ingredients and add to a large jar or jug of iced water. Stir and serve in tall glasses. Refreshing. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are at that segment when we let you know what is happening. So the Department of Youth Empowerment is pleased to announce that the nominations for the 25 Most Remarkable Teens 2023 are officially open. Yes, guys, it's open. So guidelines for submissions are: nominees must be no younger than 13 years old by the end of the nomination year. Nominees must be no older than 19 years old by the end of the nomination year. So nominees must have demonstrated capacity in the nominated category and have a record of remarkable character, contributions to society, and accomplishments. Successful nominees are required to fully participate in 12 months of capacity building and community service program, and successful nominees and their parents are required to sign a confidentiality agreement. No mention of success is to be discussed before the award. The deadline for nomination submissions is May 26th, 2023. Forms have already been sent to schools and are also available at the Department of Youth office located on the 3rd floor of the Cable Building on Aeon Street.
Here's what's coming up on Monday's show. Representatives from the Nevis Youth Department will be here with us, winners of the Nevis Youth Department Youth Impact 12 Awards as well, and also connections. We'll have that with postdoctoral researcher Dorisia Wilkinson. So that's what's coming up on Monday. Be sure to check us. For today, however, we want to thank you for joining us for another edition of GMSKN. Glad that you could tune in to find something that you like. We try to say here a little bit of everything for everyone, as if we're taking over the world. You never know, right? Maybe we will. In any event, we want you to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. On Instagram as well at Good Morning SKN. Also check out our website at www.studio327inc.com. Learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
And leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And if you missed any of the shows we would have had from Monday to today, you need to go back and look at them. This week was instrumental as all of our weeks. So enjoy your Friday and see you on Monday morning at 8 a.m. when you will wake up again with us right here at Good Morning SKN. As usual, thanks for watching. We hope we made your morning bright and Friday. Have a great day. Bye.